Hello everyone and welcome back. This is JC for Hidden Knowledge. And today I have a new batch of Mandela effect examples for you guys. And before I get started, if you are new to my channel and you enjoy Mandela effect videos, please consider subscribing. I upload new videos every single week. Anyways, let's jump right in, guys. For our first Mandela effect, we're going to be talking about Sarah Palin. During the 2008 presidential race, she ran as vice president on the John McCain ticket. During this time, she was quoted as saying one of the following things: that she could see Russia from A, her house, B, her backyard, or C, from land in Alaska. Where do you guys remember Sarah Palin saying that she could see Russia from? Her house, her backyard, or from land in Alaska? And the correct answer is C, from land in Alaska. However, many people clearly remember her saying that she could see it from her house or from her backyard, which created a very popular punchline for many comedians, and most memorable, Tina Fey, which made fun of her relentlessly on Saturday Night Live because of it.
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
However, looking back at this quote now, which I will play now for you guys,
and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
there is some issues with it. The way she said it was neither funny or inaccurate, which makes this punchline and joke make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Because how can Saturday Night Live make fun of Sarah Palin for saying something they consider extremely dumb when it is in fact accurate? Because as you can see from this article, which is written in 2016, there is a historical place in Alaska where you can actually see Russia from. It's this little island that from this image you can see clearly being in the middle of Alaska and Russia. However, if we go down to the comment section, people are commenting that they could see Russia from several different places in Alaska. So to return to our original point, what Sarah Palin said was accurate and was not delivered in a comical fashion. So if that was in the quote, that she could see it from her house or her backyard, it makes absolutely no sense for this to have been a punchline during that time period. Anyways, what do you guys remember? Do you guys remember Sarah Palin saying that she could see Russia from her backyard or from her house? Up next, we have a quote from King Kong. This quote applies to both the original 1933 version and the Peter Jackson version, which was released in 2005. And this quote comes from towards the end of the movie, when King Kong falls off the Empire State Building to his death. While laying on the ground, I believe it was a police officer that states that Kong is dead. The planes got to him. However, Carl, who is the filmmaker in the movie, who is played by Jack Black in the Peter Jackson version of 2005, states that it wasn't the planes that got Kong, it was actually one of the following. A, 'twas the beauty that killed the beast. Or B, it was beauty killed the beast. And the correct answer is B, it was beauty killed the beast. Which to me sounds a little bit odd. And secondly, and since Kong is a period piece, I would think that the more appropriate language would be 'twas beauty that killed the beast. And of course, it is what many people remember. However, the correct quote is now, it was beauty killed the beast. Do you guys remember this quote?
Well, Denham, the airplanes got him. Oh, no. It wasn't the airplanes. It was beauty killed the beast.
It wasn't the airplanes. It was beauty killed the beast.
Up next, we have an extremely famous quote from A Few Good Men. And this quote originates from a scene in the courtroom in an exchange by two characters, one played by Tom Cruise and one played by Jack Nicholson. Anyways, how do you guys remember this? A. Tom, I want the truth. Jack, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Or B. Jack, you want answers? Tom, I want the truth. Jack, you can't handle the truth. And the correct answer is B. You want answers. However, many people remember this quote as A, and this quote is often just shortened to Jack's part, where he says, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. However, that is not the quote. The quote has always been, you want answers, not you want the truth. And I'm pretty sure many people have used this quote in their lifetime. It's just a funny thing to say to people once in a while. I know I've used it several times. How about you guys? What do you guys remember this quote being?
We want the truth.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. No truth handler, you. Bah, I deride your truth handling ability.
You want the truth?
That would be a great place to start.
You can't handle the truth!
Sir, I am not interested in your Jack Nicholson impressions.
For our next Mandela effect is going to be a historical Mandela effect, and it has to do with Charles Lindbergh. Charles became an American hero when he rose to fame in 1927 for making the first transatlantic flight over the Atlantic Ocean. Charles Lindbergh became instantly the most famous man in the world. However, sadly, the Lindbergh family is also historically known for other unfortunate circumstances in what is called the crime of the century, the kidnapping of Charles Lindbergh Jr. On Tuesday, March 5th, 1932, Charles Lindbergh Jr. was kidnapped from his home, and a massive nationwide search began for him. This kidnapping captured the attention of the world during that time period, as many eagerly awaited an update. Which leads us to our question, was the Lindbergh baby A, found dead, B, found alive, or C, he was never found at all? And the correct answer is, unfortunately, A. Richard Hauptmann, a German immigrant, was later found guilty and convicted of first-degree murder and was sentenced to death and later executed for the crime. However, that is when things began to get strange. Many people remember the Lindbergh baby never being found. In fact, we have many stories and many articles similar to this one from the LA Times that is titled, "Is This Man the Lindbergh Baby?" And the article states the following. He thinks so. He calls himself by the name of the aviator's son, who was kidnapped and believed murdered in 1932. But using the word believed, leaving it open that there's a possibility that he wasn't murdered in 1932. The mystery behind the kidnapping has also been a punchline on several different shows. For example, in this Simpsons episode,
"Alright, I admit it. I am the Lindbergh baby. Wah, wah, goo goo. I miss my fly, da da."
Are you trying to stall us? Or are you just senile?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Which makes absolutely no sense. If the Lindbergh baby was found dead, there shouldn't be any room for jokes or any punchlines whatsoever if the crime was solved. However, many people, like I stated already, remember the baby never being found, and many references on various different TV shows and news articles seem to back up that assumption. Anyways, what do you guys remember? Was the Lindbergh baby ever found or not found? Anyways, guys, that about wraps it up for this Mandela Effect update. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank all the new subscribers that joined the channel. We've had hundreds and hundreds of new subscribers in the past few days. The channel is growing very rapidly and it's very exciting. I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be uploading even more videos in the upcoming weeks. I'm going to try to do multiple videos every single week. And I would also appreciate if you guys like the video. That helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so by clicking the icon below. I would also be very interested to hear any new Mandela Effect examples that you guys have found recently or heard of. I'm researching new Mandela Effect examples mostly every single day, and the most interesting ones that I find I'll put in the next update. Anyways, guys, thank you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.